Hello everyone, welcome to .07. This is English Medium channel. If you have not subscribed the channel, then subscribe the channel. Today we are going to do mini marathon for module A and B of Indian economy and Indian financial system. I hope you all are doing well and your preparation is just on full swing because only 1 week is left for your Indian economy and Indian financial system exams. So we'll be taking few questions. I hope this session will help you to practice your practice for your exams, and this will help you in many ways so that you will be able to understand or analyze that whether you are able to recall the answers or not. So let's begin today's episode, and do share the link of this. So let's begin. Let's take up the questions first. So first question is, which of the following is a purpose for being Gati Shakti launched by the Minister Union Budget 2022-23? To improve the speed of railways, to improve the conditions of roadways, to bring 16 ministries including rails and roadways together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects. None of the above. Here we are talking about Gati Shakti, which was launched by Prime Minister in the Union Budget 2022-23 to improve speed of railways, improve the conditions of roads. 16 ministries including railways and roadways together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects. So what is going to be the answer for this particular question? Which of the following is a purpose for PM Gati Shakti launched by Prime Minister in the Union Budget 2022-23? To improve the speed of railways, to improve the conditions of roadways, to bring 16 ministries including railways and roadways together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects. And the right answer for this question is it is to bring 16 ministries including railways and roadways together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects. Next question is, Jagdish Bhagwati categorizes India's economic failure into 3 categories. Which of the following does not belong to these categories? Strong bureaucratic control over procurement and trade, inward-looking trade, foreign investment policies, lack of industrial growth and investment, inefficient public sector enterprise functioning. Jagdish Bhagwati, you have to realize that Jagdish Bhagwati gave this India's economic failure in terms of what our economic was during 1980s. And so what was that India was facing during 1980s? Whatever failure Jagdish Bhagwati is being about in this particular question is related to problems. What were the failures in terms of what India was facing during 1980s and what solution did the government bring after 1980s? If you can recall that to answer this question. If you are able to recall what 1980s What were the problems that India was facing during 1980s? You can answer this question. Jagdish Bhagwati categorizes India's economic failure into 3 categories. Which of the following is those categories? Strong bureaucratic control over production, investment and trade, inward-looking trade and foreign investment policies, lack of industrial growth and investment, inefficient public sector enterprise and enterprise functioning. So what will be the answer? Either you know the problem, or if you know the solution which India took, then also you can answer this question. Although all the options look like similar, or these are the problems, but which of these was not a major problem during 1980s? And the right answer is lack of industrial growth and investment. So let's see. Strong bureaucratic control over investment and trade. This was a problem. After that, after 1980s, in 91-92, to resolve the problems of 1980s, India came up with new economic policy. New economic policy. And if you have studied new economic policy, then in new economic policy, the 3 main pillars of new economic policy were globalization, privatization and liberalization. So because of strong bureaucratic control over production, investment and trade, what solution? And second was inward looking trade and foreign investment and inefficient public sector enterprise. So to solve this problem, India came up with privatization. I told you that if you remember the solutions to these problems, then also you will be able to answer this question. So let's see that because of an inefficient public sector enterprise, the government wanted more of competition to come in. So they introduced privatization. How privatization helps? Privatization helps because when it brings a lot of competition, then efficiency of public sector also improves. Then for the strong bureaucratic control, the second pillar of economic policy was liberalization. So India came up with the solution of liberalization to reduce the strong bureaucratic control over production, investment and trade. To make the public sector efficient, they came up with privatization. And for inward looking trade and investment policy, what was the solution? The solution was globalization. So the economic failure which Jagdish Bhagwati talked about, it was resolved by bringing this new economic policy, and the 3 pillars which helped to solve these problems, solve these failures was liberalization, globalization and privatization. Now next question is, Which of the following are true in regard to functions of IMF? Surveillance over members' economic policy, financing temporary balance of payment needs, providing forum for trade negotiations, combating poverty in low-income countries, mobilizing external financing, cooperation with other international organizations. And the options are 1, 2, 4, all except 3 and 6, all except 5 and 6, all of the above. So functions of IMF, World Bank, WTO is very important. You can get any of the questions regarding either the IMF, WTO or World Bank. Here the question is asking in terms of functions of IMF. So what is going to be the answer? Which of the following are true in regard to functions of IMF? Functions of IMF, World Bank, WTO is very important. At least you can get at least one question from any of these. Surveillance over members' economic policy, financing temporary balance of payment needs, providing forum for trade negotiations, combating poverty in low-income countries, mobilizing external financing, cooperation with other international organizations. Options are 1, 2, 4, all except 3 and 6, all except 5 and 6, all of the above. So what is the answer? Functions of International Monetary Fund. Answer is all except 3 and 6. This and this is function of WTO, World Trade Organization, and rest of the other points are functions of International Monetary Fund. So they will be helping with surveillance over members' economic policy, financing temporary balance of payment needs. If any country needs any financing regarding their balance of payment, that is provided by IMF, combating poverty in low-income countries and mobilizing external financing. Now next question is, the World Bank Group is a collection of 5 international institutions headquartered in Washington, D.C. Out of these 5, India is founder member of which of the following? IBRD, International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, IDA, International Development Association, International Finance Corporation, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, International Center for Settlement of Investment Dispute. And the options are 1, 2 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, all except 5, all except 1 and 2. World Bank Group is a collection of 5 international institutions which are headquartered in Washington, D.C. Out of these 5, India is founder member of which of the following? International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, International Development Association, IDA, International Finance Corporation, IFC, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, MIGA, and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So what is going to be the answer of this question? The World Bank Group is a collection of, and we have to tell that which of the, among the five, India is found a member of which of the following. And right answer will be 1, 2 and 3. So this is B is the right answer. B is the right answer. So India is found a member in IBRD, IDA and IFC. International Bank for Reconstruction Development, International Development Association and International Finance Corporation. Which of the following is or are correct? According to Professor Alfred Marshall, the subject matter of economics is the study of how wealth is produced and consumed. According to Professor Alfred Marshall, the well-known English economist, economics is a study of man in the ordinary business of life. According to Lionel Robbins, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. According to Adam Smith, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. So these are the different definitions which are given by different economists, and these are the definitions of economics, and you have to identify that which of the following is a wrong definition or given by any other. Which of the following is or are correct? According to Professor Alfred Marshall, the subject matter of economics is the study of how wealth is produced and consumed. According to Professor Alfred Marshall, the well-known English economist, economics is a study of man in the ordinary business of life. According to Lionel Robbins, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. And according to Adam Smith, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between the ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Which of the following is or are correct? So what is going to be the answer? The subject matter of economics is the study of how wealth is produced and consumed is given by Adam Smith, not Alfred Marshall. And the second one, which is economics, is the study of man and the ordinary business of life. It is absolutely correct that this was given by Alfred Marshall. According to Lionel Robin, economics is the science which studies alternative uses. So according to Lionel Robbins, our wants are unlimited, but resources are limited, and that is why we have to make a choice. We will make a choice that where we are going to spend. So this was given by Lionel Robbins, and so the right answer is A. 2 and 3 are correct. This statement, economics is the study of wealth, was given by Adam Smith. This is a wrong statement. Which of the following are not correct? In September 2015, the United Nations General Assembly announced a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 150 targets to spur action. These goals were proposed in June 2012 at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. These set of goals superseded the Millennium Development Goals, which were slated to expire. The SDGs have time frame of 2020 to 2030. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, and all are correct. This is regarding the chapter we have studied about Sustainable Development Goals, and you have to answer which of the following are not correct. So you have to pick the false statement. In September 2015, the United Nations General Assembly announced a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 150 targets to spur action. These goals were proposed in June 12 at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development Goals. These set of goals superseded the Millennium Development Goals, which were slated to expire. The SDG have a time frame of 2020 to 2030. In terms of SDGs, what will be the answer? Sustainable Development Goal. In September 2015, the United Nations General Assembly announced a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So this is absolutely correct that there were 17 sustainable goals, but how many targets were there? How many targets were there? It was 169 target, not 150. It is 169 target. So that this statement is not correct. These goals were proposed in June 2012 in the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, which was held in Rio. This is absolutely right. These set of goals superseded Millennium Development Goals, which was slated to expire. This is also right. And the SDGs have time frame of 2020. This is a target which is taken for 15 years, not 10 years. And so the year is from 2016 to 2030. So these two statements are wrong, and so the right answer is 1 and 4, C. Which of the following are not correct? We have already done this question. Fill in the blanks and choose the correct sequence. Indian economy falls under the category of dash. Indian economy in terms of purchasing power parity is the dash largest economy in the world. According to the work of Cambridge economist August Madison, India's share of global income was dash percent in 1600 AD, but by the time the British left in 1947, it had shrunk to only dash percent. Higher fifth 25.3, lower third 23.5, lower middle third 23.3, middle third 23.3. So in which of the following does the category does Indian economy fall? Indian economy falls under the category of dash income economy. Indian economy in terms of purchasing power parity is the dash largest economy in the world. According to the work of Cambridge economist August Madison, India's share of global income was dash percent in 1600 AD, but by the time the British left in 1947, it had shrunk to only dash percent. So we have studied this in the unit So what will be the answer? Indian economy falls under which category does India falls? Indian economy in terms of purchasing power parity is the dash largest economy in the world, and according to the work of Cambridge economist August Madison, India's share of global income was dash percent in 1600 AD, but by the time the British left in 1947, it had shrunk to only dash percent. Indian economy falls under the category of, is it higher, lower, lower middle or middle? Where does India falls? It is lower middle. Answer is lower middle. Then according to purchasing parity, India is third largest economy in the world, and according to the work of Cambridge economist August Madison, India's share of global income was 23% in 1680, but by the time British left in 1947, it had shrunk to 3%, and this is lower middle. This is lower middle. Which of the following, match the following and choose the correct option. So, here sectors are given and the definitions are given. You have to choose the correct answer. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, quaternary sector and quinary sector. This category in the definition side from A is, this category includes activities such as teaching, research and development. They are regarded the brain behind an economy's socio-economic performance. This sector includes all those activities where there is direct use of natural resources. This sector includes all economic activities that produce services such as education, healthcare, banking, communication and so on. And the last one, E option, is it includes all economic activities that involve the processing of raw materials. Options are 1E, 2A, 3B, 4C, 5D. 1B option is 1C, 2D, 3E, 4A, 5B. C option is 1C, 2D, 2E, 3D, 4A, 5B and 1D, 2E, 3A, 4B, 5C. So you have to match the following and the definitions, or not exactly the same definitions are given, what it means, what that sector actually do. So depending upon that, you have to match the following and then you have to choose the correct option. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, quaternary sector, quinary sector. So what will be the answer? The sectors we have read about, all the sectors, and we have to identify the right answer. Can we match it? Primary sector will include what? Primary sector is the agriculture, the primary sector is agriculture sector, and in primary sector it includes agriculture, forestry and fishing. So here we will be using the natural resources. So this sector includes all economic activities where there is direct use of natural resources. So primary sector is C. The sector includes all those economic activities where there is the use of natural resources, and the three constituents of primary sector is agriculture, forestry and fishing. So primary sector includes agriculture, forestry and fishing. And we use natural resources under primary sector. Secondary sector, what we do? We process the raw material. So it includes, secondary sector is manufacturing sector. So this will match with E. It is the manufacturing sector. And in manufacturing, we will process the raw material. So this is manufacturing secondary sector. What is tertiary sector? Tertiary sectors are the service sector. Tertiary is the service sector. So what will service industry will have? Tertiary sector will be economic activities that produce services such as education, healthcare, banking, communication and so on. So the right answer will be D for this. Quaternary sector includes activities such as teaching, research and development, and this sector is also known as knowledge sector. This is also known as knowledge. This is D, knowledge sector. And it will include activities such as teaching, research and development. So 4 will go with A. And quinary sector. Quinary sector, they are regarded as brain behind the India's economic social performance, and it will include all the company executives, government officials, research scientists. They will be part of brain behind the socio-economic performance. So quinary sector is B, and it is regarded as brain behind an Indian economic socio performance. So the right answer will be 1C, 2E, 3D, 4A, 5B. So C is the right answer. Here it will be E. Next question is, which of the following combination is correct? Yellow revolution, oilseeds, Sam Petroda. Brown revolution, leather, Verghese Kurian. White revolution, eggs, Indira Gandhi. Black revolution, petroleum, MS Swaminathan. Which of the following combination is correct? Yellow revolution, oilseeds, Sam Petroda. Brown revolution, leather, Verghese Kurian. White revolution, eggs, Indira Gandhi. Black revolution, petroleum, MS Swaminathan. Which of the following combination is correct? Yellow revolution, oilseed, Sam Petroda. Brown revolution, leather, Verghese Kurian. White revolution, eggs, Indira Gandhi. Black revolution, petroleum, MS Swaminathan. Which of the following combination is correct? Yellow revolution, oilseed, Sam Petroda. Brown revolution, leather, Verghese Kurian. White revolution, eggs, Indira Gandhi. Black revolution, petroleum, MS Swaminathan. So the right answer is yellow revolution, oilseeds and Sam Petroda. So you have to remember this combinations. There are few combinations which are given in your book, and this is the combination. Like green revolution, this is related to the field of agriculture, and father of revolution is MS Swaminathan. The period is also given in the last column. White revolution, it relates to the, or it is also said, it is also called Operation Flood. It is related to milk and dairy product, and father was Verghese Kurian. Yellow revolution, oil seeds, and Mr. Sam Petroda was father of revolution. Blue revolution is fish and aqua, Arun Krishnan. Golden revolution, fruit, honey, horticulture, Nirpak Tutej. Golden fiber revolution, jute. Silver revolution, eggs, and it is not white revolution, this is silver revolution. Eggs is silver revolution, white revolution is related to dairy products, and father is Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Silver fiber revolution is cotton. Pink revolution, pharmaceuticals, prawns, onion, and father of revolution is Durgesh Patel. Brown revolution, leather, cocoa, non-conventional energy, Hilal Chaudhary. Red revolution, meat, tomato, Vishal Tiwari. Grey revolution, fertilizers. Evergreen revolution, overall production of, this is evergreen, and here it is green revolution, and father is MS Swaminathan. So in both the case, MS Swaminathan is father of revolution. Black revolution is related to petroleum. Brown is related to leather. Black is related to petroleum. Round revolution is related to potato, and protein revolution, agriculture, higher production, coined by Narendra Modi in 2020. So this, if you can remember as far as possible, then a question can come from this section also. They can ask you the combinations, which of the following is a combination that is correct. Now next question is, which of the following, match the following and choose the correct answer. 2 was one with China in 1961-62 and other with Pakistan along with Gujarat border 1965-66, as well as catastrophic drought-led famine in 1965-66 awaited this plan. This plan was introduced with the motto Garibi Hatao, and the third is, this plan was implemented during the overall slowdown in the economy caused by Southeast Asian financial crisis. And on the right side, we have the plan number 9th, 3rd and 6th. And options are 1C, 2A, 3B, 1B, 2B, 3A, 1A, 2C, 3B, 1C, 2B, 3A. So these are the characteristics which are given and you have to match it with the planning. Right planning term with which it will match. Two wars, one with China in 1961-62 and other with Pakistan along Gujarat border in 65-66, as well as a catastrophic drought-led famine in 1965-66 awaited this plan. This plan was introduced with the motto Garibi Hatao, and this plan was implemented during the overall slowdown in the economy caused by Southeast Asian financial crisis. Excuse me. So how we will match? How we will match in this question? So, two wars, one with China, 61-62. This happened during third 5-year plan. This plan was introduced with Garibi Hatao and this was 6th plan. During the 6th plan, the motto was taken Garibi Hatao, and the third, this plan was implemented during the slowdown of Southeast Asian financial crisis. That was the 9th 5-year plan, and because of all these happening, because there was war with China, there was war with Pakistan, and there was drought-led famine. So because of that, the 4th plan got delayed, and that is why after the third 5-year plan, it was declared plan holiday. It was after third plan, it was plan holiday, because the 4th plan got delayed because of all these situations which India was facing during that time. And so right answer will be 1B, 2C and 3A. So right answer is B. Now next question is fill in the blanks and choose the right sequence. Domestic commercial bank target for advanced to weaker section is dash of ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher. RRB target for PSL. PSL is what? Priority sector lending. In micro enterprise is dash of ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher. And SFB target for total PSL is ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher. Option is 12%, 7.5%, 75%, 15%, 7.5%, 40%, 15%, 10%, 50%, and 12%, 10%, 50%. PSL is nothing but PSL is priority sector lending. Here RRB is regional rural bank and SFB is small finance bank. So what are the targets? Fill in the blanks and choose the right sequence. Domestic commercial bank target for advances to weaker section is dash of A and BC. What will be the answer? If you remember the PSL target, priority sector lending target for so the right answer will be for weaker section, the target is 12%. It is 12%. In case of RRB target for PSL and micro enterprise, it is 7.5%. And in case of SFB target for total priority sector lending, it is 75%. So the right answer will be A, 12, 7.5 and 75. Which of the following is true? The main focus of prudential reforms was in three areas: NPAs, capital adequacy, diversification of operations. Supervisory reforms implemented the CAMELs, where C stands for capital adequacy, A for asset quality, M for management, E for earning, and L for liquidity. Supervisory rating system. Supervisory reforms include the removal of administered interest rate measures, the reduction of CRR, SLR from previous higher levels, and discontinuation of ad hoc treasury bills and market related pricing for government securities. And supervisory reform include establishment of Lok Adalat, debt recovery tribunals, asset reconstruction companies, and settlement advisory committee. All are correct except 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So which of the following is true? The main focus of prudential norm in three areas. We have studied this in case of various economic reforms. Economic reforms unit is also one of the very important unit. You can get at least one question from that particular unit. The main focus of prudential reforms was in three areas: NPAs, capital adequacy, diversification of operations, supervisory reforms. Supervisory reform implemented the camels. Supervisory reform include the removal of administered interest rate. Measures the reduction of CRR, SLR from previously higher level, the discontinuation of ad hoc treasury bills and market determined pricing for government securities. And supervisory reforms include establishment of Lok Adalat, debt recovery tribunals, asset reconstruction companies and settlement advisory. So what will be the answer? Under prudential norms, this was correct, that the three areas were NPA, capital adequacy and diversification of operations. Supervisory reforms implemented camels and supervisory rating system. This is also correct. When we are talking about administered interest rate measures, reduction of CRR, SLR, then this will come under market reforms. This will come under market reforms. And when we are talking about Lok Adalats, DRT or ARC, Settlement Advisory Committee, this was not under supervisory reforms. Again, this was market reforms and this was not again supervisory reforms. This was under institutional and legal reforms. So the right answer is, we are asked which of the following is true. So 1 and 2 is true. Here we can see institutional reforms included DRT, Lok Adalat, ARC. Then we have Settlement Advisory Committee, corporate debt restructuring mechanism and so on to facilitate faster recovery. Structuring adoption of SAFAC was also under institutional reforms. Market reform will include administered rate measures, the reduction of CRR, SLR from previously high levels, discontinuation of ad hoc treasury bills, market determined prices of government security, establishment of pure interbank call money market, implementation of auction-based repo reverse repos, short-term liquidity management and facilitation of improved payment and settlement mechanism. Fill in the blanks and choose the correct option. Dash is an investment made in a country by a foreign investor, often a company, to control the ownership of an entity. FDI from Pakistan is also placed under Dash route. Dash is an investment in which multinational corporations buy stock in an established firm in the host country, and Dash refers to short-term capital invested in stocks or hedge funds, and Dash is defined as the process by which an economy's actual national and per capita income grows over time. FII, automatic wide field FDI, FDI, economic development, FDI, automatic brownfield FDI, FII, economic growth, FII, government wide field FDI, FDI, economic development, and FDI, government brownfield FDI, FII, economic growth. So these are again the definitions, and you have to fill in the blanks first of all and then choose the correct option. Dash is an investment made in a country by a foreign investor, often a company, to control the ownership of an entity. FDI from Pakistan is placed under Dash route. Dash is an investment in which multinational corporation buys stock in an established firm in the host country. Dash refers to short-term capital invested in stocks or hedge funds. Dash is defined as the process by which the economy's actual national and per capita income grows over time. So what is an investment made in a country by foreign investor, often a company, to control the ownership of an entity? It is called FDI, foreign direct investment. FDI from Pakistan is also placed under, this is placed under government route. Dash is an investment in which a multinational corporation buys stock in an established firm in the host country, and this is known as brownfield FDI. This is brownfield FDI. Dash refers to short-term capital invested in stocks or hedge funds, and this is known as FII, foreign institutional investor. And Dash is defined as the process by which India economy's actual national and per capita income grows over time, and this is called economic growth. So the right answer is FDI, government, brownfield FDI, FII, and economic growth. D is the right answer. Fill in the blanks and choose the correct option. Dash is a discount rate at which RBI grants long-term loan to commercial banks. Dash is meant for overnight lending. The dash refers to the average daily balance that a bank is required to maintain with the RBI as a share of such percent of its net demand and time liability on a fortnightly basis that the RBI may notify from time to time in the Gazette of India. And dash allows the RBI to absorb excess cash from the economy by sucking liquidity from the commercial banks without giving government securities in return to the lenders. This is CRR, bank rate, MSF, repo rate, bank rate, MSF, CRR, SDF, repo rate, SDF, CRR, MSF, or CRR, MSF, bank rate, repo rate. So what is going to be the answer? Bank rate is a discount rate at which RBI grants long-term loan to commercial banks. Dash is what is meant for overnight lending. It is called MSF, marginal standing facility. That is meant for lending overnight. If any of the bank is shortfall of what they have to keep for capital, they can take this MSF, marginal standing facility, for overnight deposit from the RBI. This is CRR, the cash reserve ratio, which all the banks have to maintain with the RBI. This refers to average daily balance that a bank is required to maintain with the RBI as a share of such percent of its net demand time liability on a fortnightly basis that the RBI may notify from time to time in the Gazette of India. And this is SDF, Standing Deposit Facility. This is Standing Deposit Facility, and it allows RBI to absorb excess cash from the economy by sucking liquidity from the commercial bank, and the benefit is that there is no security which is required. So if there is any case where RBI wants to suck in liquidity from the economy, so they can do it through standing deposit facility. So right answer is bank rate, MSF, CRR and SDF. B is the right answer. And so this is bank rate. It is a discount rate at which RBI grants long-term loan to commercial bank. It is meant for long-term lending, can be raised without pledging the security, and to manage, the purpose is, objective is to manage and control credit supply in the country. MSF rate is a rate at which the commercial bank can borrow fund overnight, meant for overnight lending. The loan is given against security within the limit of SLR and up to a certain percentage of NDTL, and this is to provide fund to bank overnight when they face an acute shortage of funds. So when there is shortage of funds, MSF banks can take this facility, and to control the credit supply means that how much bank can lend to the borrowers. If RBI wants to control that, then it will use bank rate. Now CRR is we all know that all the bank has to keep some portion of their deposit with RBI as cash reserve ratio, and that will be a percentage of net demand time liability of the bank. Standing facility, it allows RBI to absorb excess cash by sucking liquidity from commercial bank without giving government security in return to the lender. In 2018, the amended section 17 of the RBI Act empowered Reserve Bank to introduce SDF. This is an additional tool for absorbing liquidity without any collateral by removing the binding collateral constraint on the RBI. SDF strengthens the framework of monetary policy, and so this is used for liquidity management in the economy. Which of the following is not true in respect of fiscal responsibility and budget management? The fiscal responsibility and budget management was enacted in 2003 by Indian Parliament and was brought into effect on July 5, 2004. The main objective of the FRBM were to achieve long-term macroeconomic stability while generating budget surpluses, to introduce prudential debt management, and to introduce transparent fiscal management system in the country. It requires the government to place before Parliament 3 statements each year along with budget covering medium-term fiscal policy strategy and macroeconomic framework. The Act lays down fiscal management principles, making it incumbent to the center to reduce the fiscal deficit. All are true except 1, all are true except 2, all are true except 3. So the right answer will be all are true. All these statements are true in terms of fiscal responsibility, budget management. Which of the following is our characteristic of recession? The general decline in demand as economic activity slows down, inflation remains low and shows further signs of falling, employment falls, unemployment rises, industry resort to price cuts to stay in business. All except 1, all except 1 and 2, all except 3 and 4, all of the above. We have studied about business cycle, that the cycle is from boom, then we have recession, depression and then recovery. So which of the following are characteristics of recession? And the characteristic of recessions are all of the above. Answer is D. And this is it. I hope this session will help you a lot. And if you're preparing for your JAIIB exams and you want to revise with us, because we have launched our revision batch which has started just 2-3 days back, you can enroll for that, and you can also enroll for our Mahapack. So for that you have to go to the Adda site, and if you have not downloaded the app, then first of all download the app from Google Play or Apple Store. Then you have to go to all courses, and then JAIIB, CIB, all the courses are available in both the languages. So you can choose the language of your choice. You will go to JAIIB October and you can take the Mahapack, where it is coming with double validity. And Power Pack revision batch, as you know, that we have already launched, and it is available in both the languages, English and Hindi. So you can go to any of these, and for taking the discounts, because some discounts are also being offered. So for discount you can use the code Y984 and you will apply, and then you can see that you will get the discount. So that's it for this particular session. Thank you all and wishing you all the best for your exams. Bye bye.